Hi all, welcome back to the next chapter of Law of Attraction. So let's get started with the chapter number 6, that visualization. You attract what you imagine. You attract what you imagine. So when we visualize, then you materialize. If you have been in there in the mind, you will go there in your body. That's what called by Dennis Waitley. So remember that everything is made of matter, which is made up of energy that vibrates at certain frequency. So if you have a goal of attracting car or house or a relationship, it is also made up of the matter, which is made of energy vibrating at certain frequency. In our case, we use the FTBA as a radio to tune into exactly the frequency of our goals. If you feel, think, believe, and act as you already have what you want, only then you will attract it. You can't attract what you want, you can only attract what you already have in your energy frequency. One of the best technique to tune into the frequency of goal is the visualization technique. In order to tune into the frequency of your goal, you must visualize that you have already achieved your goal. For example, you can visualize that you already have your dream car, your house. By doing this, you are tuning into the exact frequency of your goal and thus attracting them towards you. Now you can use this understanding, use visualization to create specific frequency vibration and attract anything we want. And here are the 3 example steps into the visualization technique. Step number 1. Be clear and specific. Be clear and specific about what you want. This is the first step to attract what you want, because if you do not have the clarity of the purpose, you will attract random frequency. So make sure you start with 100% clarity regarding what you want to attract. If it's car that you want to attract, then be clear and specific about the model, color, type, and also the time by which you want this to attract. If it's relationship, be clear and specific about what kind of person you want to attract in terms of the looks, nature, timelines for fulfillment. Whatever you want, it is necessary to visualize it with complete clarity. Step number 2, relax and visualize. Now close your eyes and relax by taking few deep breaths. By doing this, you drop your brain frequency in between 7 MHz to the 14 MHz, which is the most effective frequency to attract other frequencies. Once you relaxed, visualize that you already achieved your goal in the present state of mind. When you visualize that you already have it, you are tuning into its frequency and starting to attract it towards you like a radio channel. Make sure that when you visualize it, you make it as real in your mind as possible with lot of emotional energies. For example, right now imagine you are on the dream holiday, traveling in a business class, staying in a 5-star hotel, sitting next to the swimming pool, and with the iced tea or a beer in your hand. How it feeling? This is important during all the technique of law of attraction. You must think of your goal as you already have achieved them. By imagining it happening in the present moment and feeling happy about it, your energy vibrate at its exact frequency, so you can attract it. And the last third step is step number 3, feel grateful and let it go. At the end of the visualization, make sure that you feel a lot of gratitude for having it. Thank to God and magnify the feeling of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful frequency in the world. Whenever we achieve something, we naturally feel grateful and end up saying thank God. So we deliberately generate we thank you frequency to perfectly tune into the frequency of already having your goals. Once you feel grateful, let go of through knowing that you already have it. During the day, don't have any thoughts, worries, and doubts. Don't get restless about attracting it. Remember that you are supposed to feel, think, believe, and act as if you already have it. Then, how can you be get worried or have doubts to get restless? Do you get restless for what you already have? No, you don't because you already have it. You must do the visualization technique 3 times in a day, every morning as soon as you woke up, every night before you just sleep, and anytime you are in the negative state of the mind. How I use the visualization technique? I personally use the visualization every single day of my life, every morning, every night, and have reaped extraordinary benefits from this technique to attract many goals of my life. Here is a couple of examples for your reference. Once I had a small accident and suffered a back injury which was diagnosed as a slip disc and sciatica. After this accident, I experienced acute pain in my back and left leg 24 hours a day. I started feeling bad for myself and did not realize that by feeling bad about myself, I was actually generating a stronger frequency of being ill rather than being cured. I went to many doctors, joined yoga, and did psychotherapy, acupressure, and tried many other alternative treatments. Nothing helped. I started thinking and believing that there was no curing my problem. After 9 months of suffering from the slip disc and sciatica, I decided to use the magic of law of attraction. I know it sounds insane to use the law of attraction for health problems which can only be cured by the medical science, but I had tried everything else and the law of attraction was my last resort. So I started using the law of visualization technique every day and saw myself cured already. I felt grateful and I let go of believing that it is already done. I felt grateful and I let go of believing that it is already done. In the daytime, I started ignoring the pain, stopped cribbing about it, and started acting as I already completely cured. In just a couple of days after that, I was invited to the Law of Attraction workshop conducted by a monk called Nityashanti. It cannot be coincidence that after I created the frequency of being cured, I attracted the Law of Attraction workshop. I thought. That day my situation was so bad that I couldn't even straight in the chair for more than 10 minutes. So there was a special bed arranged for me on which I could lie down in order to attend the workshop. In this workshop, whenever we practiced the visualization technique, I saw myself cured and living my life healthy and strong. That evening, when I was going home, I suddenly remembered a friend called Ram who had met me a year ago. Ram had said that even he had a sciatica but had it cured with a small surgery. All this time, I had not thought of this friend, but now that I was tuned into the right frequency of being cured, I remembered something that could help me. I immediately called Ram and asked about his surgery. He said that it was small keyhole surgery called laparoscopy, a 30-minute procedure that and couple of days of rest, all that I would require. How had I missed out on this information so long? He gave me the doctor's number. I called to the doctor, Pradyuman Paitankar, Peritukar, and took an appointment for the next morning. He did some tests and get me admitted in the hospital. That night my surgery was done and immediately afterward the doctor helped me to raise my legs straight by 90 degrees. After a long time my back and legs felt normal. There was no pain. All this happened in only 1 week after I started using the visualization technique. So here is a quote. When you use the visualization technique, you are consciously transmitting the exact frequency of what you want to attract in your life. One more time. When you use the visualization technique, you are consciously transmitting the exact frequency of what you want to attract in your life. Like attracts like is the law that works every time, just like the law of gravity. So be assured using the visualization technique today. This is the story of participant from my law of attraction workshop. When she failed the workshop, when she left the workshop, she was quite skeptical about law of attraction would help her achieve her goal. Since she was logically convinced with all the specific facts I shared in the workshop, she decided to give a shot. A few weeks after that, she sent an email telling me how she used the visualization technique to attract the job in Australia. She said that she knew it was difficult to get the job in Australia, but she had decided to curb her negative feeling and thought and use the visualization technique to create a frequency of already having the job. In 3 weeks, she got an interview call from Australia, which she gave a video conference call. She was selected in the first attempt, and in her email, she mentioned that she would be leaving to Australia a month later and thanked me for making her realize the magic she had within her. Most people take action to create the result, but their feeling, thoughts, and beliefs are in conflict with their action. Using the law of attraction technique, when you align your frequency, thoughts, and beliefs with your action, you are guided by the universe and your subconscious mind to take the right actions and thus create the right results. Now it's your turn to use the magic in your life and send me your success story by an email. Attracting problems unconsciously. Remember, we are always responsible for what we attract in your life because we are the only one generating our energy frequency. Now let's understand how unknowingly we use the law of attraction technique against ourselves and attract the problems what we call the bad luck in our life. When we want something, we unconsciously start visualizing the problems we faced in achieving the goal. We get worried. We doubt whether we will achieve it, or we get restless about when we will get our goal. A classic example is when a guy wants to attract a girl with whom he is infatuated. In this situation, many men unconsciously visualize the girl getting angry and rejecting them if they approach her. They talk about how they are not good enough to impress her. They get jealous and worried when they see a girl talking to someone else. With the emotion of worry, jealousy, doubt, restlessness, lack of confidence, and desperation, they visualize the girl not being interested, not getting her attention, not being able to impress her. This kind of negative visualization creates negative actions from them, which attract the negative energy from the girl, leading to her reacting negatively and rejecting the guy. With such negative results, they get more negative thoughts, beliefs, and actions. When they take more negative actions, which further attract the problem for them in their relationship. This creates a negative cycle of attraction for them in their relationship. On the other hand, there are those who have unconsciously created the positive FTBA about approaching the girl. They are confident, they think, believe, and that they are attracting the enough for the girl to respond to them positively, and thus they act very confidently and positively. These guys naturally have a better chance of getting positive response from the girls most of the times. When a girl rejects them, they take it lightly. They believe that it is alright to face some rejection in life and they meet the right person. So they continue to attract the confidence while approaching other girls. With such a positive FTBA, they create the positive cycle of attraction and thus eventually attract the positive results in their relationship. Your feeling, thoughts, belief, and action create the frequency, attract more of the same towards you. Unfortunately, most people are unaware of the science and thus unconsciously create many negative frequencies through negative FTBAs. Take the example of workplace where the personal goal is to set the promotion Most people can unconsciously visualize having an argument with their boss during their appraisal. They even talk to their friend how difficult it is to get a promotion and get worried that boss will give them the promotion even if they work hard for it. As a result, the negative FTBA they tune into the negative energy of not getting the promotion, which in turns attract the negative frequency in the form of problems that finally deprives them what they seek. They they then call this as a bad luck, blame it to the boss and the market situation. If you truly want to master your attraction, you must aware of what you visualize. What you visualize, consciously or unconsciously, creates your frequency, your feeling, thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Now, some participants tell me that they find difficult to visualize. If you feel the same, don't worry. In the next chapter, I will share you with another powerful technique to apply the law of attraction. In the fact, this technique is probably the easiest, simplest, and yet the most powerful technique to apply the law of attraction. So let's get the summary of this chapter, what we learned so far. In the summary, if you learn to tune into the exact frequency of your goal, you can attract it towards you. Because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you already have in your energy frequency. One of the best technique to into the frequency of your goal is to visualization technique. The visualization technique requires you to imagine and visualize that you already achieved your goal. By doing this, you tune into the exact frequency of your goal and thus attract towards you. The three simple steps which we learned about the visualization technique: be clear and specific. Second, relax and visualize. And number three, be grateful and let go. You must do the visualization technique 3 times in a day. What time? Every morning, every night, and any time when you are in the negative state of mind. Even though we unknowingly feel, think, believe, and act in the particular way, we always vibrate at certain frequency that attracts negative, similar energy towards us. Thus, we are always responsible for what we attract in our life. And that's the chapter number 6 about the visualization techniques. So the next chapter is very powerful and it's about feeling your energy in motion. What? Feeling your energy in motion. So are you excited? It doesn't matter what you want, you will attract what you will feel. And that's the law of attraction. Believe me. Thank you.